So we can get the show.
Everybody knows I wasn't shit. Everybody knows that. He's not saying nothing new. Like, you're not saying nothing new about me. Like, my career was a bust. I wasn't shit. I had expectations. I did not exceed those expectations.
So Rashad McCants and Brandon Jennings actually came right back and responded to Patrick Beverley after he called them out. And I'm not gonna lie, he definitely ruffled some feathers with that one. Now look, this podcast beef is entertaining, but it's been stretched way too long at this point. We're talking years of back and forth energy, and at some point it stops being new and just becomes repetition. Honestly, they really need to figure out a way to settle it because all this constant back and forth is just going to lead to more back and forth. But anyway, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you stay updated on everything happening. All right, let's get into the response.
You know, I think the kissing the ground part was a little funny because I know how I got on this couch because of
Tim. Tim called me, and I know who write my checks, which is Underdog. And me and Rashad, since everybody, I mean, we've been putting in work since day one. I mean, shit, we've been #1 for a long time, dog, sitting on this couch, creating vibes, creating waves for everybody else. So, I mean, just like with you, you know, your show with Barstool, you know, that's their show. You know, I guess if we're going to be kissing grounds, I guess we all need to be getting on our knees kissing grounds because Barstool owns you. You don't own your show. So, I mean, we're in the same predicament at the end of the day. So, and at the end of the day, this is Underdog show. So that's just what that is. And as far as my career, man, I just feel like with the career thing, man, you know, congratulations on, you know, having a longer career than me. You know, you made more money, of course. But of course I tore my Achilles, which shifted things for me. You know, I think what you made 80 million, I made 40. So, I mean, you know, if I don't tear my Achilles, you know, Stan Van Gundy, you heard what he said about me. They gave Reggie Jackson 80 million. Shout out Reggie Jackson, but they gave Reggie Jackson 80 million. So, I mean, just think about what the fuck they were gonna give me. Fuck. 90, 100. So, you know, with that situation, you're not a better basketball player than me, dog. Like you had to play a role to stick in the league. You can know, you averaged 35, whatever, 37 in high school, went to the league. You can only stay in the league if you play defense. So you was in a bad marriage. But it got you to what you got to get to, you know, but that divorce was ugly. But man, you know, keep going, bro. You know, we are who we are. We do what we do. We gonna be #1. We gonna stay #1. And that's just all to it.
Oh no, Mr. B said it ain't so. I was not expecting that to be his response at all. He honestly sounded a little shaky the whole time he was trying to explain his side. We were expecting more of a crash out moment from Mr. B, but he kind of took the high road instead. Matter of fact, I can't even call him Mr. B like that anymore. We gotta stick with Brandon Jennings because he really played it calm with that response. And I'm not gonna lie, some of what he was saying didn't even land the way people thought it would. It didn't even sound like he fully believed everything he was saying in real time. He even tried to throw in a joke about Barstool Sports and their situation with Patrick Beverley, but it came off more forced than funny. And then he had to catch himself because at the end of the day, none of them really own anything in that Gills Arena space like that either. At least Pat Bev is trying to build his own lane and do his own thing independently. And you know Brandon, he's got talent around him too. He's had his moments. But I'm still trying to figure out why this even keeps drifting away from basketball in the first place. Like, why is it always turning into side conversations instead of just hoop talk? Now, Pat Bev has been trying to build his own media lane after leaving Barstool, and that whole transition already came with its own noise. But on the court, comparing him and Brandon at their peaks is a whole different conversation. Brandon was really that guy before injuries slowed things down, but I'm disappointed in how this one played out. I thought we were gonna get way more intensity from him, and it kinda shows. If he's not in that old mindset, he doesn't really bring that same edge like before.
Shift over to Dr. McCants. Anything you would like to add to this?
We're doing takes and shit. This is what we doing.
But just want to get it out the way.
Man.
So we can get the show.
Everybody knows I wasn't shit. Everybody knows that. He's not saying nothing new. Like, you're not saying nothing new about me. Like, my career was a bust. I wasn't shit. I had expectations. I did not exceed those expectations. I'm starting a new career. I'm in year 4 of my new career. And I would say I'm pretty high on the totem pole in this new career of mine. I think that I'm very well polished to do the things that I'm doing now. You know, I have a body bag in a cemetery with a lot of bodies, body parts, figures, figurines in that. You are in one of the plots, bro. Like, it's not nothing new to me. People taking shots at the throne, it's gonna be what it's gonna be, right? I mean, I'm not gonna go career for career, stats for stats, and none of that. I'm sitting next to Skip Bayless right now. Where are you at? All right, cool. Stephen A came to debate, put him in the body bag too. If I'm kissing anybody's feet or any ground or any of that, hey man.
But he kissing ground. He kissing ground.
I'm just saying, I did thank Gilbert for giving me an opportunity to revitalize, you know, what was a tough time. And I think every former player that he thinks he's shitting on at this point in his career, that he can look down upon and be like, hey, look, if you wasn't on this show, you wouldn't be shit. So it's a lot of guys that want to do things that we're doing right now, but guys like him feel like we don't have an opportunity because you got to have a career, a resume, and all this type of shit.
Now, did this dude really just say he put Stephen A. Smith in a body bag? Like, hold up, I'm little Steve right now? Come on, bro, you can't be serious with that one. If you watch that episode where Stephen A. pulled up on Gil's arena, you already know the energy completely shifted in that room. And a lot of people felt like Kenyon Martin and Rashad McCants started moving different right after that segment aired. But this whole comparison being made here, it just doesn't hit the same way. Then you've got people acting like sitting next to Skip Bayless is some kind of badge of honor, like that alone proves something in real time. And let's not act like Gilbert Arenas didn't completely flip the script and build that whole platform into what it is today either. Now you've got Pat Bev catching heat too, like he made somebody quit a workout and all of that. But at the end of the day, you still gotta separate talk from actual resume. That's where things start getting blurry in these conversations, because people who sit on these platforms every day criticizing players also open themselves up to the same type of energy coming back. It's that glass house situation. If you throwing stones, don't act surprised when they come flying back. At some point, you just gotta stand on what you said and not fold under the same pressure you dish out.
But if he didn't play defense, he wouldn't be in the league long. So I don't know what the fuck the conversation is.
And if I wanted to play defense,
you did your fucking job.
If I wanted to play defense, I could do what he's doing.
Like, I could play. But your best year in the league was not better than mine.
And I still average more points than you.
Like nothing. Like, I don't know what the fuck the conversation is. Like,
there ain't no conversation. It's just, look, he tried out for our team, Gil's Arena, twice. He still didn't make the team. Then he went, started his own team. He got cut from his own team by a point guard that was better than him. So now he's mad. He's overseas, crossing his legs.
Nothing wrong with crossing your legs, Rashad. I'm just saying.
And he's trying to figure out who's gonna watch the shit, who he gonna throw shots at. So throw shots at us. We cool.
Did he mention me or just them?
Kenyon, he called you a hoe. I'm just kidding. I don't think your name was mentioned.
He definitely called you a hoe. I heard that part.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you. But I do have one thing to say.
I would laugh that off though.
Can we all just get along?
Like
we working. Everybody was getting along. We wasn't doing shit.
We were minding our business.
No, he's just mad because he want more respect. And it's like, nigga, you're not getting that. Not for me. Give a fuck. Congratulations on your longer career, your little $40 more million, but nigga, you ain't better than me.
Look, you're right about that. Brandon Jennings versus Pat Beverley. At the end of the day, Pat Bev wasn't the more skilled scorer. But we also can't ignore the fact that $40 million in NBA money is still a serious bag in any era. And I hate to see the Gil's Arena guys turning this into straight trash talk wars like this, but that's just where the content is right now. People are saying Pat Bev only stayed in the league because he defended at a high level, but let's be real, that's literally how a huge portion of the NBA survives, through roles like defense, rebounding, spacing, and energy. Then you've got Rashad McCants bringing up what he could have done, but his career was only around 4 years long, and that's where it gets tricky, because a lot of these shots end up bouncing right back like boomerangs once people start digging into resumes. Even the jokes about overseas basketball don't really land when most players in that same circle had to go overseas at some point themselves, so it starts to feel like everybody is throwing stones from the same glass house. And honestly, a one-on-one between Brandon and Pat Bev probably stays in the what-if category, because Brandon was the one who originally sparked it by calling out that 2009 draft class and saying he could cook anybody in a 1v1. And Pat Bev immediately responded by saying, "Let's play then, especially under defensive rules." At that point, it turns into pride more than reality. People keep shifting the goalpost depending on who has the upper hand in the argument, but yeah, that's where things stand right now. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.